Greetings, all. Welcome back to my spiritual experience with your host, Brother Sadiqullah. Well, today, we're going to talk a bit about how you bring your visions into reality. Um, this is a kind of a PSA, right? A public service announcement. Right? And it's for the spiritual community and those who wish to become more spiritually inclined in understanding themselves, right? So these are things that I've studied for years, very long time, since I was a teenager, in fact. But one of the things that I want to share today is about the delusion, right? You have to be a delusional person to believe that you are going to achieve something that is not yet in your presence, right? People say, if you do any research toward like the most successful people in the world, right? And you do like maybe watch some interviews with them, or you just look at their biography, what you'll understand is that they recognized the delusional perception that they were holding. And so when you have a delusion, depending on how strong your delusion is, um, it helps you move forward. It brings that atmosphere into your presence. So this is the thing I'm talking about. What I want to go, into some layers with this. So, you know, um, I myself, I recognize I'm delusional. I accept my delusion. I am proud of my delusion, and I roll with it. The thing about delusion is you just can't, be delusional and sitting around, like twiddling your thumbs and, crossing your eyes and stuff. You got to literally be doing something to feed that delusion as well, right? So that's what I do. I feed my delusion so that I can bring about the thing that I think is going to come from the delusion, right? The delusion will eventually become the reality that I experience, right? And so that's what I understand. And if you look at, like I said, any of the people who have achieved great things in the world, they held a delusion for a long time. And the strength of your delusion brings you forward into the reality of the experience that you seek to have. So, what is the delusion that I have? I have an extreme delusion, and I don't. Yeah, I have an extreme delusion. You might call me, a spiritually crazy guy, right? So I'm one of those people who believes that we're at the edge of eternity, and that we are moving forward into the heights of human experience, right? I feel like we are really at the gates of the kingdom of heaven, or the golden age, and that I am one of the ambassadors of that. So that is part of my delusion, right? My delusion is that we are at the verge of heaven on earth, that we are at the verge of humans reaching their most glorious expression of life and light in this world, right? Maybe even meeting the the universal community, right? Beings, as we are beings, right? Your plant is a being, your cat is a being. Um, I guess you could even say your chair is a state of being, right? So, other beings that will be entering into our atmosphere and space, right? So, yeah, I believe I am an ambassador for the kingdom of heaven. And so I keep my vision and my delusion focused towards that. And what I want to say is that if you have a vision of yourself being other than who you are, then you better hold on to it, and express into that delusion as much energy and influence and emotion that you can. And, move toward it, right? Go out into the world and make things happen that are in relation to your vision. So if you want to be a speaker like myself, right? I want to be a public speaker and talk about spiritual life and awaken as many minds and souls and hearts toward moving toward their highest perception of themselves, right? That's one of the things I want to do. And so in that in relation to that far far reaching delusion, I have created a format for me to be able to speak and for others to be able to speak. And so if you are one of those souls who are desiring to be a speaker, and you feel like you have a story and a mission and a purpose and a thing that you wish or you feel like you are designed or created to express into the world, then I am offering you as well a space to do that with the God Body Society when we have these meetings that I'll speak about a little later. But my delusion, if I am to believe that I am a direct source of the ambassadorship of the kingdom, then I must move in accord with that. And so my life is somewhat set that way. It's very much limited into how much I interact with the matrix, right? I live a very solitary life, and it is by design because I only want those things in my environment that will feed my delusion. Right? I only want people who understand and believe in my delusion, right? Who will reinforce my delusion. So places and people and things that don't improve or support or feed or fortify that delusion, I try to uh, limit. Right? And so I think that's a smart thing to do, though. I think that's what we have to do. Oh, let me cut this light on. I'm sorry, I forgot to cut the light on. I'm sitting here doing my thing, and there we are. Hopefully that, yeah, there we are. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Yeah, they always say, "Oh, I can see the light on your glasses." It's okay, man. We live in life. Once I get somebody who comes along to the God Body Society and helps us do better production, voila, we will have a better production. We'll have a better scene to see. And I don't mind. I don't mind how this all plays out. I think something great happened the other day. I noticed that about 200 people watched one of my videos, and it's a great idea for you to watch these videos and to share them because my intention is imbued in the spirit of the video. What does that mean? That means everything that I say, every energy that I express into this world is designed. This is by my mental intention. It's designed to be as the sun, right? I hope that everyone who encounters me, who I encounter, who I am allowed to express the highest version of myself. That even if it's just a glance, that they gain some positive energy that pushes them towards growing in themselves. And so that's my perception of self. That's another one of my delusions. I walk around thinking that I'm the sun and that all of my emanations are giving positive vibes into this world, and that people are being inspired and move forward, and they think about the depths of themselves and they start shaking off the layers of the matrix, and they're moving toward the best of themselves, and they're moving beyond the fears and the incapabilities that they've placed on themselves, because there is no one who is above you. There are no elites. There is not a soul on this planet, from a president to a king, who has more access to the heights of who they can become, no more than you do. You have every access to the ability to reach your fullest potential as a soul walking around in these very times, because we are at the gates of a new world. And if you begin to hold your delusion to what that new world should be, I think you can begin to understand the science of what I'm speaking of. This is a science. It's going to be proven. It's going to be proven through quantum mechanics, because if you hold your attention and your vision on a thing, it creates transformation in the etheric, or what you might call the quantum realm. So these are things that will be proven. So hold your delusion as long as your delusion is healthy. Now, I don't want you to think you can walk off of cliffs into the bare air, but you maybe can. I'm not gonna say don't say that, but I want you to be safe in your expression. So when I say hold your delusion and then go out into the world and attempt to express it by how you move, setting up arrangements that will allow you to show it more, to express it more, to live it more, right? So yeah, this is where I'm at today. That's what we're talking about today. Living at the heights of our perception. So the scriptures say heaven on earth, right? It talks about thy will being done on earth as in heaven, right? We're talking about God's will. God's will, without question, is that every being that he creates reaches its fullest potential. That is without question for me. If you want to debate it, go down that rabbit hole, spend that time and fortify that for yourself. But I already know that our purpose is to reach our fullest potential as his creation, right? And so you have to hold the vision. You have to at least have a vision of what that heaven would be, right? I think it's our duty and responsibility as individual souls to, if we have any kind of connection to that scripture that says, you know, heaven on earth, you know, is basically thy will being done on earth as it is in heaven. If it says as it is in heaven, then that would denote heaven coming down to earth by us doing the will of the creator. And the will of the creator is that you reach your fullest potential. And when you reach your fullest potential from the energy and the mindset and the actions and activity and the expression of your highest self, which is love, it extends out to other people. And that's why I say I'm the son. Yes, both S-O-N and S-U-N of the creator. Yes. And I emanate and intend to continue to emanate forever, right? These energies, right? Because I know that I am really a soul, and this body is just the tool that he gave me to utilize to move around and express and try to reach my highest in this earth realm. So I don't want to hold you too long. It seems like the shorter the video, the more people pay attention. And if I could be succinct and direct and touch something deep inside you and make you say, you know what, he right. I am half stepping myself. I'm bullshitting my own life. My whole person of being is more than this. I know it is. I feel it. I know it is. It's something deep in me to say, this ain't it. We stuck, and I don't want to be stuck. How do I get out of being stuck? I'm telling you, shake the matrix. You have to isolate yourself into the process of fortifying your delusion of what you wish this vision of heaven on earth to be. It is our responsibility, in my opinion, as spiritually inclined souls, to have a vision of what heaven on earth would be, our own perspective of what that would ultimately be. And if we come together, sharing that, working that, we might find that we all have a similar perspective of what that is. But regardless of that, I think it's a good thing that we hold it, that we share it, that we visit it, that sometimes we try to walk through it in our minds and our energies and our imagination, as our imagination is the tool of creation. Image nation, imagination, right? Yeah, you know, a lot of words, the etymological breakdown, and sometimes it's just the phonetic sounding of a word can give you insight into how to utilize it and make it a more valuable thing. So if you take your time, your mind, and you delve into any concept, mainly yourself, you can gain insights and heights and expression of yourself that will help you come to the highest aspects of expression. And that's why you're here. So I just wanted to share that. Hold your delusion, fortify your delusion. If people are around you who don't support your delusion, limit the access to them, right? That's your freedom. And so you have one life. And if you ever want to reach your highest potential and light this motherfucker up with the lightest, brightest light that you can bring to it, sorry for the expression, it's who I am. And sometimes I have to utilize that. You know, I don't always use the King's English. I did grow up in Detroit, Michigan, you know, in the crack era. And so sometimes that's I think a needed excess little push on the expression. So judge me if you will. But point being, the God Body Society, once again, I shall announce, we are meeting December 13th at the Monroe County Public Library in the auditorium. I am hopefully looking to see more of you there than were there last time. These videos that I make, and I really wish you would push them out. Please share these videos. Share the videos, subscribe to the channel, like the channel, not for me, not for my ego. I won't front. It makes me happy to see people paying attention because it's not about me. It's about something inside of you saying that's a worthy message, right? Like they say, don't look at the messenger, look at the message. Is the message sound? Does it vibrate with something inside you to say that's real, that's right, that's true? There is so much more to our lives and our being and our opportunity to change and transform this world. And like I said, if you hold your delusion and we all get together and the God Body Society sits down with our vision and version of what heaven on earth should be, I think we have a beautiful opportunity to transform the world through spiritual science, show them and shake the matrix by doing it, and being an example to other communities that this is a thing, this is a possibility, and it's just a matter of unity with the souls who have that level of belief and expression and you know, confidence. It ain't a confidence of ego. It's a confidence of I'm walking in alignment with what's right. What's right is that God will want everybody to reach their fullest potential. God will want every soul and every being that he ever existed to manifest to its highest version. And if you can't understand that, I am sorry for you. I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for your mother. I feel sorry for your mother. I'm sorry for your mother. If you don't believe what I just said, if you don't believe that you are here to reach the fullest potential, if you don't believe that every soul who comes here is designed and that the desire of the creator who created them would desire for each of these souls to reach their fullest potential, I feel sorry for your mother. Okay. It's funny. It just feels good to say that. But anyway, that is the message of the day. Yeah, so that's what we're doing here. We were meeting on December 13th, and we're going to have a couple of speakers, and we're going to have an open mic for those souls who are ready to share in their visions and their version of heaven on earth. And we're going to put forth effort to make that come about and push our energy of righteous light and love and compassion and mercy and all of the good that we would think God would want to express into this world through ourselves into this world. And if we link it together, then it becomes a source of power that they can't do nothing with. All they can do is respect and have to move out the way. It's a old, hip hop era movie where there was an expression. He said, "Get down or lay down." That means join the team or get out the way, because the God Body Society has been launched from the spiritual realm into the physical realm, and it is like a arrow pulled back for millennia. It is an arrow being pulled back on its bow for a millennia, and it has been released. And who does not, it will penetrate anything that attempts to stop it, because it is a part of the creator's will for the kingdom that is to come, and we are a part of it, and we are his team. We are the God Body Society. We are the spirit of Christ moving through the physical to change the world with our imagination, our actions, our physical being, and our identity in itself. We are those souls. We are the ambassadors of the kingdom of heaven. And I just want to invite you to come along and join us in the God Body Society. We are putting down foundations, hopefully in the early parts of next year. And we would like you to be a part of those foundations. And I don't want to keep you longer, but I'm feeling really good about things. And I think that we are moving towards a better and a brighter future. And I am so thankful and appreciative to be a part of it. And I want you to be a part of it too. And I'm gonna get off of here because, like I said, the shorter the message, the more succinct I can be. I think people will attach to that and move those through. But please share these videos, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. It is kind of important. I think we are in the times where these types of messages need to be exposed to as many souls as possible, and that we need to start to express, talk about, and live out our spiritual expression of life and recognize it as who we really are. And so with that being said, as I always say, all roads lead to spirit, and I will see you next time. Love and light to you all. One love.